Good afternoon, friends. March 20th, 2024. We have breaking news here from LA. If I don't look or sound good, I just got out of the hospital back twice this week. If you want to check that out, I have a live posted. I look like death. I apologize for that, and I was under anesthesia when I made that. But let's just get straight to it. We have the biggest sports story in the world breaking. In fact, this is so shocking to me that I don't even know if this is really happening or I'm having a bad dream. I've had bad dreams ever since I came home from the hospital that are just horrendous. And, please comment in the comment section below and let me know if this is really happening or I really am dreaming, imagining it. I don't know, maybe I died from my heart condition and I'm not even here right now. It involves one of the biggest players, the biggest player in all of baseball, Shohei Ohtani. This also involves his interpreter, Ippei Mizuhara. Apparently, the Dodgers have fired Ippei as of today. They are, as everybody who knows baseball knows, the Dodgers are opening the season early this year. They're in Korea with the San Diego Padres right now as we speak. There's been everything from egg being thrown in Dave Roberts' face to a bomb threat yesterday that darn near canceled the opening day in Seoul, South Korea. Now we have a huge story that's breaking right here in Los Angeles, but I'm sure it's going all over the world right now, that Shohei Ohtani's interpreter is allegedly involved in this illegal gambling operation that's being investigated by the feds. Apparently Shohei may have had $4.5 million stolen from his bank account. Now there's further reports that have come out that Shohei Ohtani himself, back in, I guess, September, October, may have made two $500,000 payments each from his bank account with his name to a man in Orange County who's being accused of illegal sports gambling. He's an illegal bookie, and apparently Shohei is fully aware of his interpreter's alleged involvement. In fact, the interpreter's claiming that Shohei loaned him the $1 million just to pay off the debts with the guy. Both of these men are fully aware that there is no gambling in baseball. It's illegal. It's also illegal to make a bet with a bookie where you don't pay the bet up front and then you have to pay later. What was given, what was stolen, who did what, that's all going to come out in the investigation, the who, what, when, and where, and why. I mean, as a PI, I know everything is an allegation. But, this is the biggest player in baseball. This guy's here on a $700 million contract. I believe his contract says something that his interpreter needs to be with him at all times, or, he can, if the Dodgers fire him, get rid of him for any reason, Shohei can just take a walk. And, I can understand him needing an interpreter for, press conferences and so forth, but I am a good friend to the Japanese people. I have a lot of Japanese friends, clients. I even had a Japanese boyfriend for more than 12 years. And I have to tell you that the Japanese are very proud people. And when they come to move to America, they are very proud. And they love to learn to speak our language very quickly. So I was kind of shocked when, Shohei got hired by the Dodgers. And I started noticing this interpreter who's becoming super famous now. He's become a celebrity in himself. I was surprised at how much he relies on this guy, I guess it's pronounced Ippei, Ippei, Mizuhara. I would have thought that if he's been with the Angels since 2017, and now he's with the Dodgers, I would have thought that in 2017 he would be hitting the books, learning English, just knowing the Japanese people and how proud they are. And I think he would almost be embarrassed not to learn. And I'm not saying that he doesn't speak English. Apparently he does, but in minimal English. And he relies on this guy for everything. This guy's his best friend. This guy's in his contract. I mean, other than knowing about, Shohei's dog, people didn't even know about his wife until, a week ago. I mean, this interpreter is with him all the time. It's his best friend. It's his interpreter. He knows his business. He has access apparently to his bank account. That's a big mistake. You're talking to a PI for 40 years. Celebrities and having the wrong people have access to their bank account, it usually goes bad every time. Don't trust anybody. Trust no one. So what was given, what was stolen, what was loaned from Shohei to Ippei, that's all going to have to come out in the criminal investigation. This is a federal criminal investigation. And even though Shohei may not have been involved at all, this just looks really bad for Shohei Ohtani. It looks very bad for the Los Angeles Dodgers. It looks very bad for baseball. And even though I will not tell you my true feelings on the Trevor Bauer situation, we have a man who, whether morally he's a good guy or he's a schmuck, you have a man that was never charged with a crime. In fact, every attempt to charge that man with a crime, there just wasn't enough evidence. In fact, there was evidence that he was set up, possibly. And this man still doesn't have a job in Major League Baseball, and he's one of the best pitchers in the world, per his own words, but he really is. And, I'm not saying that I like him or I dislike him, but there's people who have done so much more that are playing baseball, and, I just care about how he can pitch. I don't want to get into his personal life. This isn't even about him. This video is about Shohei Ohtani and Ippei Mizuhara. I'm sorry. I just got out of the hospital. I'm so weak. Please forgive me, audience. But, somebody like a Trevor Bauer is still fighting to get a job, fighting to get his foot back in the door. But, here's our brand new player who's deferring $700 million in salary. And this man gives out money like candy. I mean, he just gave a Porsche to Joe and Ashley Kelly. Like, here's a Porsche. Hey, Shohei, if you watch this video, I just got out of the hospital. I got heart failure and heart damage and arrhythmia from breast cancer, man. Like, I don't have enough money to buy groceries, But here's $1 million to some schmuck who's accused of taking $4.5 million from his bank account. This is not good for the Dodgers. I am a Dodger. I am an Angelino. I bleed Dodger blue. My first Thanksgiving in LA when I was 3 years old, I actually had Thanksgiving dinner with an LA Dodger. I've been a Dodger fan since 3. I remember the day I learned to play baseball. My parents, they have these wonderful friends, lifelong friends. Shout out to you, Jan and Ron. While my parents were at their wedding in Berkeley, I went to some stranger's 50th anniversary party in Napa, hauled off by a babysitter and a Mustang. Took me there. From that day forward, I loved Mustangs, owned 3 of them, like to have another one, and I've been a ball player since I was 2. Baseball is my life. I live for baseball. Like, I can't believe that something like this is coming out now. And if I had to make this video yesterday or the day before, I wouldn't have been able to sit in this chair. I wouldn't even have been able to walk to this room. Today or yesterday afternoon was the first time I actually ate a little bit. A friend came over to feed me because I couldn't stand, and she's got a lot of extra food here for me. I've been eating it all day. But this isn't about me, and it's certainly not about Trevor Bauer. But I want to hear from sports fans. I want to hear from baseball fans. I don't know, right now I keep seeing images in my mind of baseball player Pete Rose. He was my hero when I was a little girl. I love Pete Rose. And, he's still a leper to this sport. He's a leper. And if Ohtani's name was on the bank account and it went into the bookie's account, And the bookie is allegedly telling other clients or potential clients, like, hey, look at this. This is my client, man. There's a lot more involvement than what has come out thus far. I'm not saying that anybody placed any bets. You know, we have to have the feds do the investigation. It'll all come out. The truth will prevail. I love Shohei Ohtani. I just love him as a ball player. But, dude, take some English classes, man. Be like your proud Japanese countrymen and women and learn some English. Be confident in who you are. I know he probably spent his whole childhood playing baseball, but, you know, education is very important to the Japanese people. They're very proud. And I've been a strong supporter of the Japanese. I just can't even fathom the look on Dave Roberts' face right now. And he is a fellow Japanese man. His mother's Japanese. Bless you, Dave Roberts. I mean, he's probably over in his hotel right now in Seoul having a stroke. I can't even, and apparently this investigation's been going on since the fall. You know, it just so happens that, you know, the early start of the season because of the Korea play and, you know, and then everything blows up yesterday when someone's trying to kill Ohtani and they're going to blow up the place up. But the game carried on. Thank God nobody was hurt. I'm at a loss for words. And once again, sorry, I sound so bad and I look so bad. If you want to know what's going on with me, you know, watch the live I did where I look like death. I almost was dead. So at this point, I really don't even care how you perceive me physically. I do have a friend coming next week and she's going to put me in the car and we're actually going to drive to somebody who's going to cut off all my hair. Not like cut it off like chemo, but it's going to be pretty darn short. So if next time you see me in a week and, you know, I look like a boy, that's just because we're going to get rid of most of this hair. It's just too much in the way. It gets tangled up in the heart stickers at the hospital. I just don't even want to deal with this anymore. I just hope I'm still alive next week, you know. I can't believe these people with all these millions of dollars get involved in this crap. Like, come on, have compassion. You could have thrown that money at my cancer GoFundMe from years ago, you know? Unbelievable. You know, also, folks, 99% of my viewers are still not yet subscribed. I've already passed the 500 mark, which means I've hit a limited amount of monetization. That means if somebody wants to send a super thanks, feel free to do so. You're not inclined, you don't have to. I'm not asking. But if you're inclined to do so, send a super chat. Just sub to my channel. Share my channel. Watch my videos. I am, last time I checked this morning, I am less than 8 hours away from or less than 10 hours away. I think I'm 8 hours away from the 4,000 watch hours that are required for the last 365 days. I've got 250,000 plus views, but it only counts what's happened in the last 365 days, and so that total changes daily. And I'm less than 8 or 10 hours away. I think I'm 8 hours away from hitting that mark. So if somebody out there's one person out there watches a video and just loops it for a couple plays, you know, I'll hit it. I mean, I just need literally 8 hours, but that 4,000 watched hours won't mean jack if I don't have my 1,000 subscribers. And if I could get my 1,000 subscribers and I could make just $100 a month, you know, it'd have to be a minimum of 100 a month, because without that, YouTube doesn't send a check, and it takes this. It's like Social Security. They pay you a month behind, like disability. It's a month behind, and then they take 45%. So if, you know, somebody threw out, if I earned $100 for views once the channel is monetized, 2 months later I would see a check maybe for $55, a digital check. And I know it's not much considering the thousands I've put into this, but, you know, have mercy upon me, man. I've had 4 heart procedures since last Wednesday. I had 3 on Wednesday and 1 on Sunday, and I'm just hoping to stay alive until my next appointment next month. And have a good evening. Good evening, March 21st, 2024. It's April Davis, PI. Well, it's a tangled web we weave. Short follow-up to yesterday's video. If I sound a little winded, that's because my recently surgically repaired heart went out of rhythm again today, so I'll be back in the hospital within days to weeks. But moving on, wanted to do a follow-up to yesterday regarding Shohei Ohtani and the interpreter, Ippy. A lot has transpired since yesterday. Apparently the gist of it is that Ippy was going to go public yesterday with ESPN live and explain his involvement in this illegal gambling operation to include sports betting regarding international soccer, collegiate football, the NFL, and the NBA. It was all going to go public yesterday, where he was going to admit to two $500,000 wires sent from Shohei Ohtani's bank account to cover Ippy's gambling debts. He was going to take full responsibility for the debts and the gambling. Minutes before he was to go live with ESPN from Korea, some local lawyers here in West Hollywood representing Shohei Ohtani squashed everything and said, nope, that's not what happened. Shohei has been a victim, and he's now missing $4.5 million from his bank account. So you have story number A, that these payments were made as a loan to pay the bookie out of Orange County, or you have the story that there was a grand theft of $4.5 million from his bank account. So those are the first two stories. Loan to pay back the bookie, or theft out of the bank account, unbeknownst to Shohei Ohtani. Which is it? Did Ippy really do illegal gambling? Or is he a fall guy for the biggest sports star in the world, Shohei Ohtani? It's one or the other. Either Shohei Ohtani is involved in something illegal and will be prosecuted at some point, and probably his career will be over if he had any involvement, or the story they're going with now is that he was the victim of a grand theft. You know, Ohtani relies on this guy for everything. Yesterday, his wife and Ippy's wife were sitting in the stands for the Seoul, South Korea series for the Dodgers and the Padres. Apparently they're friends now. Shohei can't do anything without this guy. Shohei can't even use a restroom by himself, I think. He's so dependent on this guy. But how did these wires go through? It's not easy to wire money in today's world with all the security involved with the banks. Heck, I know resellers on Whatnot, they can't even buy a $5 item on an online legit auction site without the bank canceling their credit card, thinking that some sort of fraud happened. Can't buy a $5 item on Whatnot, but you can just have $4.5 million just disappear out of your bank account, wired to some illegal gambling operation. I just don't believe that could happen to somebody and they wouldn't know. I would know. Hell, I don't even have $4.5 million. I would know if somebody was taking money out of my bank. Wouldn't you? So the real question here is, which is it? Is Ohtani involved? Yes, he's being investigated. They say, oh no, they're not looking at him, they're looking at the other guy. BS. He's being investigated. Is he involved? Is he a criminal? Is he going to lose his baseball career? Will the Dodgers be able to tear up the contract? Or is Ohtani really this nice guy like he appears to be? And he's really close to this guy and he just gave him too much control. And this guy took advantage, stole $4.5 million. But if that's true, that makes Ohtani an idiot. That makes me sad. You know, I don't want to call out people and be nasty, but I don't want to see Ohtani be the next Yaziel Puig or the next Daryl Strawberry, where there's something wrong with the man's brain. You know, is he that friggin' stupid? Or is he that dumb? I don't think so. Remember, his dog's name is Decoy. His wife has been hidden. Every move he makes is very, very calculated, in my opinion. I just don't think the man is that stupid. But I don't want to accuse him of being a criminal either. But there's just no way that he's not involved, one way or the other. Either he's been the victim of a felony grand theft, or he's involved in illegal sports gambling. You decide. Let me know. I'd really like to hear your thoughts and opinions on this. Everybody, you know what to do. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Good night. April Davis PI here. Quick question. Did interpreter Ibe Mizuhara fall on the Japanese sword for Dodger Shohei Ohtani?
It's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed.